We have one last question. You, sir, in the burgundy tie. This is not the last time that you will have a chance to engage His Excellency the President and the Secretary General. We also have several other press conferences between now and Sunday where both will be present. So let's see, the gentleman in the burgundy tie. Yes, you? Yeah? Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you very much. Your Excellency, you will be getting over the chairmanship.
Can you, your name and your establishment, please?
I'm Shehan Barnage from Derna TV in Sri Lanka. My question is, Your Excellency, you will be getting the chairmanship of Commonwealth tomorrow, and how are you going to steer the Commonwealth region for the next 2 years?
Very interesting question. Because I can't do whatever I want. I mean, it's up to the members of the Commonwealth to decide what we have to do. I'm only the chair. So we will have a dialogue with everybody and decide. And our theme is very clear. So you go through it, and then I think you are from Sri Lanka. Anytime you can come and see me. Let the others also participate in this.
I mentioned the Charter of the Commonwealth. We look to work with Sri Lanka in the chair to advance the principles and the values that are in the Charter.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, SG.
There's
and now,
a person who is waiting, raising his hand. Let him also.
Sorry? Oh, all right.
He's
Paul, I don't think we can hear you. Is your...
Please, why don't you let him also ask the question? Sorry now.
No. Yep.
Yes.
Hello. This is a question, I suppose, to both the President and also Mr. Sharma. You meet Prince Charles later today. It's his first CHOGM. When you shake his hand, will you then admit to him at least Sri Lanka's dire human rights record, which is in evidence even today, given that some British journalists were prevented from travelling north yesterday? And will you promise an independent investigation into alleged war crimes? And to Mr. Sharma, that's to the Mr. President, but to Mr. Sharma, unless these issues are dealt with, does this not make a mockery of the Commonwealth and its charter? And therefore, what is the point of the Commonwealth unless everyone agrees to the same kind of principles?
Can I begin?
Yes.
Yes, please.
It does not make a mockery of the Charter, because if anything is evident and plain to everybody, it is the way in which the Commonwealth Secretariat has been engaging with a completely open attitude from the side of the Sri Lanka in advancing many of the issues that are in the Charter. I made a tour of this country in February, and if you look at the statement which I issued on the statements we would be working, these are some of the most central issues which there's a lot of public debate about. And just a little while ago, when I mentioned that we are also working with them in areas that are sensitive and difficult, it means that it is possible, if you work with a member state on the principle that advancement can take place by jointly agreeing that the way forward is required in terms of the commonly subscribed principles of the Commonwealth by all member states, then you can, over a wide front, make advances. And we are doing it, as I said, in the field of independence of judiciary. We're doing it in the field of security and the field of torture, field of reconciliation. And there's another interesting perspective in this, which is from the point of view of the Commonwealth, since you've raised the question of the association of the Commonwealth with all this. There is a total Commonwealth perspective in it. On reconciliation, we had an event in which we invited those countries of the Commonwealth that have had experience of truth and reconciliation civil conflict situations. All of them met in Marlborough House to exchange what it is they could learn from each other. From that, it has been possible for Sri Lanka to have a lot of bilateral contact as well. Following up on it, we had an event on the ground in the northern province itself. So these are the ways in which we are practically trying to advance our cause. And in this national investigation that I mentioned on torture by state security, we have a Commonwealth advisory group which would be advising on what is the best practice in arriving at a credible conclusion in all of these matters. Since you mentioned Commonwealth particularly, and you put it so strongly, whether it is making a mockery or if it is not making a mockery, it is showing the Commonwealth in action.
Your Excellency?
Yes. Before I shake hand, I will say I war to the Prince Charles. So that's the way that Sri Lankan will greet anybody, whether it is a king or queen or a beggar even. So that is how we treat them. Thereafter, because he is the host, so he is coming to see me, we will discuss with him. And you must remember that there we have, for last 30 years, we suffered. There were a lot of human rights violations. And the civilians were killed, the children, the women, pregnant women. And we have to suffer. We had to suffer for them. But as I said earlier, there is no one, today there is nothing, no one is getting killed in Sri Lanka. At least to finish that war, that menace, is something that people are appreciating. What is it?
Paul,
People who were killed?
I can't hear you.
Even the people who were killed in the last few days of the 2009 conflict, they won't be pleased, I'm sure.
No, this is. I mean, 2000, not only 2009, for 30 years, they were getting killed. People were getting killed for 30 years. At least after 2009, we have stopped it. We have stopped it now. There is no killing at the moment. There is no killings in Sri Lanka. If there are...
please. Please, we're not going to have an open discourse, open discussion here. Don't interrupt. No, please, I may ask you, don't interrupt the President. Let
No,
him
don't
finish.
worry. At least he's seated here. No, he must be a journalist. You didn't identify yourself. But doesn't matter for me. That's why I pointed. I knew that you are going to ask this question. The way that you have raised your hand and trying to...
All right.
Doesn't matter, my dear. Now, we have a legal system in Sri Lanka. We appointed the LLRC Commission. We have a legal system. We have Human Rights Commission. Now the Commonwealth is ready to strengthen it. And if anyone who wants to complain about human rights violation in Sri Lanka, whether it is torture, whether it is rape, whether it is... We have a system. You all must respect the system of a country, the culture of a country. So we are ready to look into these things. If there is any violations, we will take action against anybody. Anybody. I am ready to do that.
Sir, please.
So, I mean, we are very open. We have nothing to hide. We have nothing to hide. You have traveled all over the world, whether it is Middle East, you know what is happening there. The name of democracy, what is happening. So I think we must meet and discuss all this. Why don't you meet our ministers and find out from them and our officials? You must respect the country's legal system. Also, we have a legal system. Thanks to
All right.